Can you imagine living in Peru with little money but with quality of life? While Lima becomes increasingly expensive and chaotic, there are other Peruvian cities that offer tranquility, good weather, living culture, and accessible services, all for much less. In this video, we'll explore the 5 cheapest cities to live in Peru, ideal for those looking to move, retire, study, or simply live well with less. Get ready to discover places that combine history, nature, delicious food, and low prices with a surprisingly affordable cost of living. Stay until the end and tell me in the comments which city you would add. And if you enjoy exploring the real Peru, subscribe to the channel for more authentic adventures. Huancayo is not just an Andean city. It's a high-altitude life experience, over 3,200 meters above sea level, where the sky seems closer and time moves at a different pace. Here, in the heart of the Mantaro Valley, modernity and tradition coexist, and best of all, it's one of the most affordable and complete cities to live in Peru. If you're looking for a place where your money goes further without sacrificing quality of life, Huancayo could be your next home. Why? Because here rent, food, transportation, and even entertainment cost much less than in Lima, Arequipa, or Cusco, yet you still have access to everything you need. In neighborhoods like El Tambo, Chilca, or San Carlos, you can find spacious, well-located apartments for rent starting at 500 to 800 soles per month, depending on size and whether you want included services. Some even offer valley views, patios, or access to traditional markets just blocks away. And if you're thinking about buying property, prices are significantly lower than in other cities in the country. But the savings don't end with housing. Huancayo has one of the most accessible and abundant food offerings in Peru. In its popular markets, like Mercado Modelo or Chilca Market, you can fill a bag with fruits, tubers, fresh cheese, and meat for less than you'd pay in a big city. Plus, street food is almost a ritual. Hot dishes like caldo de mote, papa la huancaina, or Talarine's con estofado can be found at just 5 to 8 sols. Transportation is also cheap. Local combis cover practically the entire city for 1 sol or less, and taxis or motor taxis for short distances rarely exceed 5 sols. Additionally, being in the center of the country, traveling to other regions like Lima, Ayacucho, Cerro de Pasco, or Huánuco is quick and affordable. The Huancayo train station, one of the highest in the world, connects to unique landscapes and reinforces a sense of connection to the heart of the country. But living in Huancayo also means immersing yourself in a living culture. This city is the epicenter of the most representative Andean dances of central Peru, like the Tunantada or Whalers, which aren't just artistic expressions, but part of the everyday festive calendar. Every neighborhood, every school, every community proudly celebrates its identity. And the best part, participating in these activities costs nothing, just a desire to be part of it. The National University of Central Peru gives Huancayo significant student vitality. This means cafes, libraries, cultural events, shared rentals, and a diverse community that injects dynamism. If you're young or a student, this city is an excellent option to grow without going into debt. And if what moves you is nature, you'll be surrounded by wonders here. Very close by, you can visit Laguna de Paca, the Huaytopolana snow-capped mountain, or the Mantaro crop fields. These are perfect destinations for weekend hikes, cycling, or contemplation. Everything is within reach of a short trip, often free, or at symbolic prices. Emotionally, Huancayo has something captivating. Tranquility without isolation. Unlike small towns where you might get bored, here there's movement. There are shopping centers, concerts, fairs, and nightlife if you seek it. But there's also silence, starry skies, and that sense of community that's been lost in big cities. Huancayo is a city to live with little but feel much. To eat well, walk without hurry, learn without pressure, and reconnect with the essentials. Whether you come to study, for remote work, retirement, or simply for a change of scenery, this Andean city gives you more for less. And in these times, that's worth its weight in gold. Chiclayo is a city that doesn't need to exaggerate to get attention. Located on Peru's northern coast, in a region where the sun shines almost year-round, where the air smells like the sea and fried onions, and where living costs surprisingly little. If you're looking for an affordable, warm city full of real life, Chiclayo has much to offer. The first thing that attracts is its people. In Chiclayo, life moves at a relaxed but proud pace. Here, everyone knows everyone, and greetings on the street still matter. It's not an overly touristy city, which makes it more authentic. It's the kind of place where you can live well with little, without feeling out of place. Renting a basic apartment in neighborhoods like Jose Leonardo Ortiz, La Victoria, or Pucallpa can cost between 500 and 800 soles per month. Even less if you're not looking for luxuries. What's interesting is that despite being affordable, you'll find good construction, reliable water supply, and markets just steps away. There are more modern areas too, like Santa Victoria, for those seeking more comfort without paying Lima prices. The food in Chiclayo isn't just cheap, it's glorious. This is one of Peru's gastronomic epicenters, and it shows on every corner. A set menu with soup and main course runs about 8 to 10 sols, and what you get in return is an explosion of flavors. Duck with rice, goat with beans, ceviche with plantain chips and zarandage beans, and even desserts like King Kong or Northern-style rice pudding. Eating here means eating well, with little money and much satisfaction. Getting around Chiclayo is easy and inexpensive. Motor taxis and shared vans are everywhere and rarely charge more than 2 or 3 sols for long trips within the city. Plus, the bus terminal connects to all of northern Peru, from Piura and Trujillo to Jaén and Cajamarca, with affordable tickets and frequent departures. Chiclayo also has history and archaeology around the corner. Just a few kilometers away is the famous Lord of Sippin complex, one of the most important discoveries of most culture. Visiting the Royal Tombs Museum or the Tukyum Pyramids isn't just affordable, it's a transformative experience. Best of all, these places aren't overrun by mass tourism, so you can enjoy them calmly and authentically. If nature is your thing, you have both sea and desert nearby. In less than 30 minutes, you can reach Pimentel, a popular beach where the waves never stop and fishermen still use traditional reed boats. There's also Santa Rosa, ideal for fresh seafood and unforgettable sunsets. These are clean, undeveloped beaches with restaurants where you can eat a plate of just caught seafood for 15 or 20 sols. In terms of services, Chiclayo doesn't fall behind. There are hospitals, private clinics, universities like Catholic University Santa Toribio or UTP, and growing commercial infrastructure with malls, modern markets, and banks. And with all that, the overall cost of living remains significantly lower than in cities like Lima, Cusco, or Arequipa. Let's not forget the climate. Chiclayo enjoys constant sunshine. It hardly ever rains. The heat is tolerable, and the dry air helps many people with respiratory problems feel better here. It's neither a humid nor extreme city, the perfect balance for those who love the coast without big city chaos. Living in Chiclayo means, in many ways, living with flavor, history, and economy. It means being surrounded by most culture, by good people, and by a gastronomy that doesn't require a credit card to enjoy. It's an ideal city for families, retirees, remote workers, or anyone wanting to slow down and improve their quality of life. Here, life is simple, flavorful, and affordable. And these days, that's a luxury few can afford. Ayacucho is not just a city, it's a whisper of history, an Andean melody that still echoes through every cobblestone street and every sun-drenched plaza. Nestled in the heart of Peru's southern Andes, this city is one of the most affordable places to live, yet also one of the richest in culture, identity, and beauty. At over 2,700 meters above sea level, Ayacucho strikes the perfect balance between mountain life and urban activity. Here, time seems to move at a different pace, more human, more intimate. Living in Ayacucho means rediscovering life's essentials, and doing so without spending much money. The cost of living here will surprise you. You can rent a modest apartment in quiet neighborhoods like Carmen Alto, Jesus Nazareno, or San Juan Bautista for 400 to 700 sols per month. The homes are typically spacious, with interior courtyards or terraces overlooking the hills. Even near the historic center, rents remain very affordable compared to larger cities. The food is another major advantage. Ayacucho boasts a rich yet economical culinary tradition, from Andean stews in the markets to homemade bread on every corner. Everything costs little, yet nourishes the soul. A typical set menu runs just 6 to 8 sols, serving you hearty soup, a main course with native potatoes, and a hot herbal tea. Eating well here isn't a luxury, it's a norm. Walking through Ayacucho's center feels like time travel. Colonial churches, peaceful plazas, and painted wooden balconies create a setting straight from a history book. Yet this isn't a city stuck in the past. There are universities, modern markets, small shopping centers, and affordable transport, less than 1 sol to anywhere in town. Daily buses connect to Lima, Andean, Huancayo, and Cusco. Beyond the numbers, living in Ayacucho offers intangible emotional value. This is a deeply spiritual city where religious traditions blend with artistic expression that blossoms at every festival. The famous Holy Week celebrations draw national attention, but cultural life thrives year-round through dances, craft fairs, concerts, and folk art workshops. Ayacucho is ideal for those seeking peace. It lacks the traffic of big cities or the constant noise of capitals. Here you can hear children playing in the streets, vendors calling out their wares, and wind rushing through the hills, priceless luxuries all. Nature lovers will find themselves surrounded. Within minutes you can reach Kingalo Waterfalls, the Pampa de Ayacucho Historical Sanctuary, or Huamanga's Stone Forests. Weekend hikes to breathe fresh air and reconnect with nature often cost nothing at all. Basic services are accessible. There are public hospitals and reasonably priced private clinics. Water and electricity are affordable, and internet service suffices for remote workers or students. Ayacucho is growing while preserving its essence. Ayacucho is a city for those who want to live with tranquility, culture, and dignity, without debt. For those who value simple things, fresh bread at dawn, conversations in plaza, hilltop views at day's end, where money goes far, but more importantly, where the soul feels at home. Living in the Peruvian Amazon is a unique experience, but doing so affordably with access to services is something Pucallpa offers like few other cities in the country. Here, the jungle isn't just scenery, it's part of daily life. In this corner of Peru, bathed by the Ucayali River, life is warm, green, simple, and surprisingly accessible. Pucallpa, capital of the Ucayali region, has become an expanding city with a vibrant mix of indigenous culture, commerce, lush nature, and growing modernity. Yet, unlike other regional capitals, prices here haven't skyrocketed. It's a city where you can live well with much less. Rent in neighborhoods like Manantee, Yaranacoca, or Caleria is among the lowest in the country. You can find 2 or 3 bedroom houses for 400 to 700 sols per month, often with patios, fruit trees, and space to breathe. Here, nature is present even within your home. The food is not only abundant and fresh, but very economical. Plantains, fish, yuca, camu, cocona, paiche fish, and juanes are always available. At markets like Bella Vista or Market Number 2, you can fill a family basket for less than you'd pay in a Lima supermarket. At local eateries, you can enjoy delicious enchicapi soup, tacacho with cured pork, or grilled fish for just 6 to 10 sols. What makes Pucallpa even more appealing is its pace of life. The city is lively, yes, with motorbikes, heat, and movement. But there are also pauses, river afternoons, walks among trees, artisan markets, patron saint festivals, and easy smiles. The people here are hospitable, practical, and warm, like the climate that envelopes them year-round. Urban transport is another advantage. Most get around by moto taxi, with average trips costing 2 to 4 sols. Pucallpa also has an airport with daily flights to Lima and other cities, keeping it connected to the country without losing its Amazonian character. Yarinacocha, a lagoon just 10 minutes from downtown, is one of the most visited spots. There you can boat, visit indigenous communities, or simply sit and watch the sun set over the water. All this without entrance fees or excessive spending. Nature here is generous and accessible. Services have grown in Pucallpa. There's a National University of Ucayali, private clinics, shopping centers, banks, and department stores. Internet, electricity, and potable water are available, though some areas still face infrastructure challenges. But this doesn't diminish its charm, because here people live with essentials, and essentials abound. For those looking to work remotely, start businesses, relocate with family, or simply change their lives, Pucallpa offers a different alternative. Simple living, stress-free, debt-free. A life where the jungle is an obstacle, but an ally, where you breathe different air and live by a different clock. Pucallpa isn't for everyone. It's for those who accept the heat, sudden rains, never-ending music, and occasionally muddy roads. But it's also for those seeking authenticity, reality, humanity. Here, people don't live to impress. Here, people live to live. Tacna is a border city, but not just because of its location. It's a frontier between past and present, between history and modernity, between deep Peru and international commerce. And without a doubt, it's one of the most economical, organized, and pleasant cities to live in throughout the country. Located in the far south, very close to Chile, Tacna has become a magnet for those seeking a fresh start with low costs and good quality of life. Here, everything costs less, from housing to food, including transportation, healthcare, and education. You can rent a spacious, functional apartment for 500 to 700 sols per month, even in well-located areas like Pucallpa, Gregorio Albarracin, or the University District itself. The homes are typically clean, safe, with interior patios and excellent access to markets, pharmacies, and parks. And if your plan is more long-term, buying a house in Tacna is much more affordable than in Lima, Arequipa, or Trujillo. The food is also economical and varied. Tacna has a rich culinary tradition with strong influences from the southern Andes and its proximity to Chile. In any market, you can find meat, fruits, tubers, and fresh vegetables at low prices. And in popular restaurants, many family-run, you can get a hearty lunch for 6 to 9 sols. Duck with rice, potato pie, fried pork rinds, and a good hot soup are always available. Tacna is famous for something many don't consider when moving: its orderliness. It's one of the cleanest and most organized cities in Peru. Its streets are well maintained, its traffic manageable, and its parks constantly in use. The peace of walking fearlessly through the streets, of living without excessive noise, is part of what makes many families choose Tacna to put down roots. Public transportation is also affordable. For 1 sol, you can get almost anywhere in the city by combi or bus. And if you prefer walking, Tacna is perfect. Flat, dry, without humidity, and with clean, sober architecture that invites leisurely exploration. Speaking of climate, Tacna is special. Its weather is dry and temperate year-round. Forget the coastal humidity or the extreme cold of the highlands. Here, clothes last longer, furniture doesn't deteriorate, and your respiratory health will thank you. It's a city where the climate collaborates with your well-being and your wallet. Another strong point is Tacna's healthcare system. There are quality public hospitals, reasonably priced private clinics, and a good network of pharmacies. Plus, proximity to Chile has boosted medical tourism that also benefits locals, both in access and standards. Educationally and culturally, Tacna doesn't lag behind. It has recognized universities, cultural centers, libraries, and a community that proudly preserves its history. Here you don't just live cheaply, you live with identity. Patriotic celebrations, food festivals, and civic events are constant, uniting citizens with strength and sense of belonging. And when it comes to opportunities, binational commerce gives Tacna a dynamism few cities have. You can work, start businesses, import, sell, or simply take advantage of the South's cheapest products. It's an ideal city to live with dignity, but also to generate income without major investments. Tacna isn't just one of Peru's cheapest cities. It's one of the most complete, peaceful, organized, and healthy. A city where the sun shines without burning, where money goes further, and where life feels serene. A border that, rather than dividing, opens opportunities.